Hi there, it's Janice Thomson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. And today we are filming, I think it's card number 12. And I've got a peach pie card base. I have a white layer, and really, apart from a white layer on the inside, that's all the layers I'm going to have. I've got gallery blooms and the big beautiful big flower there, and probably the thanks from Amber Autumn. But firstly, I want to make a background. I'm going to take my pad off because this involves water, so it's better with my glass mat. Right, I'll put the card base out of the way just now till I make the background. And I'm doing that. I've already had a wee sort of practice, but I didn't have enough water in my spritz to do it properly. So I'm inking up my blocks. I'm using my block as a stamp. I'll pop that up there because I just don't want the water everywhere. I just want it quite wet, and I'm just going to make a peach pie background. I'm going to put that one there. I think I maybe didn't make that wet enough. That's interesting. Right, I ink it up again. I'll spritz it a bit more. Oh, there's something not... I think I like it, but I think my spritzer's maybe choked, maybe not. Let's just put that down again for a minute. I don't really want too much water on the paper. It's just giving me a different texture than what I thought I was going to get. I'll put it that way and I can see what's coming. I think if I hold it that way, maybe. But that's okay. It's okay to not get what you thought you were going to get. So yeah, this is giving me a completely different background, but I like the texture of it, and I didn't want it too wet. I'm going to go with it because I think it'll be all right. I just wanted something on the back, so I want to dry this off a little bit as well, although it's not going to be too troublesome. But bring back in my ice pad to protect everything. Right, here's the heat tool. I'm just going to just check that this is properly dry. Is pretty dry. So I want now to stamp and emboss. So I would like my stamp so I can see So I held a little coffee morning today for Macmillan and raised over £100, so I'm really happy about that, and thank you to everyone who contributed. Much appreciated. All our charities at the moment are sadly neglected and they all need our help. So when I'm going to emboss, what do I need? An emboss buddy. I shouldn't start conversations about other things. So I want I'm using probably a bit more of this than I normally would, simply because of the fact that the paper was wet. In an ideal world, you'd make those backgrounds, then leave them to dry and come back to them later. So they are the two stamps I want. Thanks is just nice. Because I did say I would send a card to everyone who contributed or attended my coffee morning. So I've got that thanks and that flower, and I am going to emboss with gold. So we can have a peach and gold card, I think. That should be how it's going to work. This floral image is just simply beautiful. Right, I'm just going to put it there like that. I just want it to have plenty of ink. And then I've got the thanks. I think I'll pop the thanks just about here. I'm probably going to trim this down as well after done that, but let's just do this bit first. Put the stamps out of the way. And I had scrap paper. Where did it go? Got some paper here, just bear with me. I just want half of it. Because I've got numbers on the other side of it. Obviously the measurements for a card, so I better not pull it out. Right, pop that there, and then we've got the gold embossing powder and see if we've got away with it. I think we have. Just be a wee bit there that needs. Okay, I think that's going to be fab. Let's put the powder back in the tub so that I put a crease in my piece of paper, so that I can just tip it straight back in my wee tub. I do see a lot of people use storage boxes, etc. for their embossing powder. I just don't have the space, so it goes back in its own wee tub every time. And it lives in the wee drawer just to my left hand side here, so it's all good. Right, so now we need my heat tool and tweezers, I think, are good for holding. reverse tweezers particularly useful in this. Right, I'm just going to put the heat tool on again. Just bear with me. There it goes. Just look over it and just double check that everything has melted. So pretty, isn't it? I'm going to trim this down, and I don't know if I've got a piece of gold foil would be a good thing there. Well, I'll trim it down anyway. Actually, I've got an idea. I'll show you a different thing to do. Right. I'm going to take it from this side a little bit and a little bit from there. Right, now I'm going to take a piece of white card that is the size this was before I trimmed it down, and I'm just going to show you a wee trick to save me going looking for my gold foil. This can get messy, but that's all right. I'm going to take my sticky ink around the edge, all the way round. Some people know what I'm about to do, and then other people say, whatever are you doing, girl? Woman. Right, so where's the... Here it is. Couldn't find it. Right. So... Oh, I put the embossing powder away as well, didn't I? Right. So I'm just going to take... How cool is that? And then I'm going to heat that, but we need to put the powder away back first. Into here. I think that powder lasts for, yonks and yonks. I don't know how many times I've used it. I've used it in classes as well, and look, I've still got about 3/4 of the tub there. Right, now this is a wee bit trickier, but let's see what we can do. I don't want to use the tweezers yet. I want to get a bit... you a different type of background. There you go. Heat embossing never gets old. Never gets old. I just love it. It's got quite a lot of powder from that messiness, but never mind. Right, so we're going to try and glue these together, and hopefully they will hold. So, right, of course, which glue is going to work? Well, this one's the heaviest, so let's hope. I want it right around the edge. Okay, I could have done the embossing edging on the actual piece that I've stamped on. However, it's the having the two layers together that's more like, you know, to try and get them to go flat or flatter. So where's my bond folder? Let's just to make sure that glue is sprayed. It's still a bit bumpy, but we'll just give it a moment. And we've now got some coming out of there, so let's just get my rag. Don't lose my rag, just get my rag. I might just chop myself another piece of peach pie just to help to support that as well. Let's just take it to, right, we'll just take it to, I will take it to the same size, but just a smidgen smaller. I'll use that for something else. And just a smidgen smaller than the other layer, just, and I'm going to glue that on the back. I'll just give the panel a slightly raised look, but I think this will hold it because I want that when it's dry to flatten out. So let's add a bit more glue. And if it looks like I'm making this up as I go along, that is exactly what I'm doing. On the fly, I think they call it. In Scotland, they call it flying by the seat of your pants. I'm fairly confident this will all be flat when it's just all the water and then the heat that's made it look a bit. But once the glue is all dry, it'll all dry nice and flat. I am confident of that. You see it is going flatter already. So let's just glue this onto the card base. And I know in the morning when, or even later on when I come back through here, it will be drier. Now I don't know when tomorrow's card will come out because I'm doing a market stall with my crochet tomorrow, and I will have some cards, and I will be talking to people about my card making classes and things while I'm there, but mainly that craft stall is about my crochet, my bags and things. But and then going out for tea after that, so you might, hopefully I'll get one up tomorrow. If not, you'll get two on Sunday. Just, that's life. and I'm a real person. See, it's much flatter already. How pretty is that? Got something shiny as well. Let's see what we've got. I actually think we'll use these. These are pressed flowers, and they come with the Gallery Blooms suite. They're antique-y. I really quite like them. So let's just put one there, one down here. Whoops. There we go. Just draw your eye around. And that is my card for Friday. So thank you very, very much for coming and joining me today, for following this series. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Please press the bell icon to get notified when I'm coming on again. And if you've enjoyed what I've done here, please have a go yourself. It's looking much flatter now, and once the glue all dries, it will be flat. And if not, I could put it, you know, under a heavy book or something like that. I would take the gems off first. But yeah, it will be fine. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.